Hello, and welcome to my channel, Be Knowledgeable. Hope you find the information useful, and if you do, please like and subscribe. In this episode, I'll be talking about RRSP Lifelong Learning Plan. First and foremost, a disclaimer. This presentation is meant to help you get a good starting point in terms of understanding the product, as I've interpreted them based on my research and experience. Now, each person's situation is unique, so it is highly recommended that you do your own research and not be afraid to ask your issuer questions regarding areas you don't understand. So what is the Lifelong Learning Plan? It is an amount that you are allowed to borrow from your registered retirement savings plan for the intention of using it for full-time studies. It is an amount that you are allowed to borrow from your registered retirement savings plan for the intention of using it towards full-time studies. Let us highlight some key points of the purpose of a lifelong learning plan. It is designed for full-time studies for you, your spouse, or common law partner in a qualifying program at a designated educational institution. The exception for part-time studies is applicable if you meet the disability conditions. You must be enrolled or have received an offer by March of the following year in order to qualify to use the plan. You can use it multiple times so long as you repay it back completely the year before you intend to borrow it again. You can then borrow up to a total limit of $20,000. However, you can only withdraw $10,000 per calendar year. You and your spouse or common law partner can use the plan at the same time. Eligibility requirements. To be eligible, you must be a resident of Canada. Obviously, you must own the RRSP in order to lend money to yourself. You must be enrolled or have received an offer for a full-time basis in a qualifying program at a designated institution prior to March of the next year. You may be eligible for part-time studies if you meet disability conditions. And finally, repayment for any prior withdrawals must not have started before you borrow money from your plan again. Part-time eligibility requirements. To be eligible for part-time enrollment, you must have a signed letter from a doctor and/or specialist that states that you, as a student, is unable to attend full-time studies due to mental or physical impairments. And you must have qualified for a disability amount on your income tax and benefit return for the year of the LLP withdrawal and in the prior year. Repayment. The borrowed amount must be repaid in 10 years, or it is added to your total annual income for the respective year and taxed. Given that you're lending money to yourself, there is no interest, so your annual repayment amount is simply the amount you borrowed divided by 10. Your withdrawal or repayment of the lifelong learning plan is independent of that of the home buyer's plan. So you could do them at the same time or be withdrawing one as you're making payments to the other. You can repay the amount in full if you cancel your LLP withdrawal due to either of the following reasons. You are no longer a resident, you left the program, or you didn't enroll on time, so you have to delay the start of your program. What is a qualifying program for which you are allowed to use your lifelong learning plan? A post-secondary education qualifies. Technical or vocational schools that enhances your skill in a particular occupation qualify. If it is a program that is part of the curriculum of a school certified by ESDC which stands for Employment and Social Development Canada, also qualifies. The program must last at least 3 consecutive months and requires students to dedicate at least 10 hours per week on courses or work for the program. It is generally restricted to Canadian universities. For the special circumstance of a Canadian studying in a U.S. institution that offers a post-secondary program, the student must be residing in Canada and commuting to school throughout the year. This works if you live near the U.S. border and your school is near the Canadian border. Cancellation. You're able to cancel participation in the plan if you become a non-resident in the same year the withdrawal was made. If you are unable to enroll in time and thus have to postpone your starting date, you can also cancel. If you have left your program prior to April of the year after the withdrawal was made and at least 75% of your tuition was refunded, you can also cancel. To cancel, you must repay by either 1. December 31st of the year you made the withdrawal, or 2. Date you filed your income tax of the same year as the withdrawal. You must have met the conditions of the lifelong learning plan in order to be in a position to cancel your withdrawal. Otherwise, it counts towards your annual income, which could lead to higher taxes paid. So once you've decided to cancel it, what is the process to do so? Well, you'd start by first repaying the amount to an existing plan, a different plan, or a completely new plan. After all these plans are in your name, as there is no restriction on how many accounts you may have, so long as the combined total contribution to your plan does not exceed your deduction limit. It's not applicable in this case, as it is just a repayment to yourself. Then, write a letter to Canada Revenue Agency concerning the withdrawal, cancellation, and repayment. Pretty much a letter explaining what happened and that you've put the money back. Finally, mail the letter along with proof of repayment to either the CRA office in Sudbury or Winnipeg, depending on where you live. We've come to the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this presentation, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you have suggestions, please leave them in your comments below so that I can make more useful and helpful videos. Finally, please subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you can be aware of new informative videos from this channel. Have a great day and start taking advantage of your RRSP today.